Kicking off this countdown, number 10 is Justin Bieber and Orlando Bloom. I remember seeing articles about their physical altercation and just thinking how on earth it even happened in the first place. If you happen to miss these crazy headlines, they surfaced back in 2014 after the two gentlemen got into a tiff that led to punches being thrown. Video footage surfaced showing Orlando throwing a punch at Bieber's face during a night out in Ibiza, but Bieber's security team quickly pulled them apart before the argument spilled over into the streets. So what were they fighting about? A girl? Obviously. Orlando was married to Miranda Kerr, and for years there were rumors that Justin went on a date with her following a Victoria's Secret fashion show in 2012. So after their altercation, Justin threw some gasoline on the fire and posted a picture of Miranda in a bikini on his Instagram. That takes balls. Coming in next, number 9 is Cher and Donald Trump. This one isn't totally surprising because they are both people who will just say it how it is and not hold back. Back in 2012, they went after each other online and ended with Trump calling Cher a total loser. It all started after Cher took her political views to social media and shared her opinion on Republican Mitt Romney. From there, Trump got involved and sent out this tweet. He said, "Cher attacked Mitt Romney. She's an average talent who is out of touch with reality. Like Rosie O'Donnell, a total loser. Cher should stop with the bad plastic surgery and nasty statements about good people running for office." What does plastic surgery have anything to do with it, or Rosie O'Donnell? I'm confused. The feud continued after Cher started sending out her own tweets in response, one of them claiming she will never go to Macy's again because they sold Donald Trump's line. And even years down the road, they still don't see eye to eye with one another. Cher started slamming him in 2019 for some of his comments and decisions as president. Cruising into number 8 is Chrissy Teigen and Alison Roman. It was just a few months ago in May 2020 when the New York Times food columnist made headlines for her controversial comments about Chrissy Teigen, who has her own growing cookbook and cookware line. In her comment, she implied that Chrissy was a sellout. People were quick to defend Chrissy and the work that she has put into her business. Chrissy responded to her remarks in a tweet and said, "This is a huge bummer and hit me hard. I have made her recipes for years now, bought the cookbooks, supported her on socials, and praised her during interviews." She ended her comments by tweeting at Alison, suggesting that they unfollow each other now. The feud didn't last long though. Alison did issue a public apology to Chrissy, saying that her comments were selfish and careless. In spot number 7 is Jonah Hill and Don Lemon. The CNN anchor Don Lemon had just finished election coverage and spent 6 hours in an airport when he ran into actor Jonah Hill at a hotel. When he approached the actor to tell him that he was a fan, apparently his handshake and response was not up to his standards. Don sent out a tweet saying, "Said hi to Jonah Hill in hotel. Think he thought I was Bellman. Didn't know his name until Bellman told me. A lesson to always be kind." Jonah responded over Twitter and said, "I said hi, what do you want me to do, move in with you? I was in a hurry, didn't realize you were a 12-year-old girl. Peace." The two of them went back and forth in tweets just slamming one another, all over a handshake and like a 2-minute exchange, probably less. Moving on to number 6 is Jane Fonda and Megyn Kelly. Jane went on Megyn's NBC talk show and was not pleased when Megyn brought up her plastic surgery and asked her a question about it. Jane has always been open with people about having work done, so Megyn didn't think her question would be an issue. Megyn spoke with Jane and said, "You admit you've had work done, which I thought is to your credit, but you look amazing. Why did you say, I read that you said you felt you were not proud to admit that you've had work done. Why not?" Jane's attitude completely changed and she deferred the focus onto something else, suggesting to Megyn that they talk about her new movie, Our Souls at Night, rather than talking about plastic surgery. She later explained that she thought it was the wrong time and place for the question to be asked and said that Megyn was not a good interviewer. Megyn gave her side of the situation and said her new movie was about aging, so she felt that it was appropriate and also a good opportunity for her to empower other women. But there was no convincing either of them. They were not able to see eye to eye on this. Halfway through, at number 5 is Jon Hamm and Kim Kardashian. The two of them seem to be on good terms while doing a live shoot together of 30 Rock. Even when he called her an effing idiot, they were able to laugh it off and she understood that it was just a joke. But she was not so forgiving when he criticized her later on in April's LUK issue. During the 2012 interview, he said, "Whether it's Kim Kardashian or Paris Hilton or whoever, stupidity is certainly celebrated." Kim handled it a lot better than most people thought she would and responded by saying everyone is entitled to their own opinions. But she did say that his opinion was careless because not everyone takes the same path in their career, and then she listed off the things that she does to prove that she couldn't have her success if she was, in fact, stupid. Rolling into number 4 is Kendall Jenner and Francis Cobain. It was rock vs reality TV back in 2013 when the two girls went after each other. It all came out of nowhere when Kendall sent out a tweet saying, "Just wish things could be easier sometimes, man." She wasn't looking to start a fight with anyone, but Francis created one by responding to her tweet in an aggressive manner. In response to Kendall's tweet, she said, "Oh shh, there are kids on earth abandoned and homeless who forcibly drink contaminated water because clean water isn't accessible. Oh yeah, not to mention cancer, famine, poverty, drought, disease, natural disasters. I'd like to thank my Grams for encouraging me not to be a self-absorbed idiot." Kendall ended up responding to her saying that she knows how blessed and privileged she is, but that she is still human with feelings too. Kendall wrote, "I know there are greater problems in the world. I pray for those people every night and give back as much as I can, so who are you to judge me?" What do you guys think? Whose side are you on? I feel like it was just very unnecessary. Just like let her tweet that. In the 3rd spot is Tyson Beckford and Kim Kardashian. Another one of Kim's feud has made it on this list, and that is never a good thing. In 2018, Tyson started body shaming Kim and her appearance on his Instagram, saying her body isn't real and that doctors messed up on her right hip. Kim clapped back at him and responded with, I quote, "Sis, we all know why you don't care for it." People immediately accused Kim of being homophobic, claiming that her comment was derogatory towards Tyson, who is openly gay. But Kim explained that her comment had nothing to do with sexuality and that she has great relationships with people in the LGBTQ community. It caused a storm online with different opinions, some people angry with the fact that he got away with body shaming and being the one to start the whole feud in the first place. Coming in next, number 2 is Gwyneth Paltrow and Martha Stewart. You probably wouldn't expect them to have issues with each other, but Martha felt some type of way about Gwyneth's lifestyle brand Goop. 5 years after it launched, Martha was asked about her thoughts on Gwyneth's entry into the lifestyle business. She said that Gwyneth is trying to be her and then called her a movie star, not a hard-working entrepreneur like her. She said, if Gwyneth were confident in her acting, she wouldn't be trying to be Martha Stewart. However, Gwyneth did seem confident when she responded to her, saying that she is psyched to see them as competition with one another. Fans were largely taking Martha's side though in this whole feud, saying that they actively follow Martha for cooking and lifestyle advice over Gwyneth because they do see her as a movie star. In our number 1 spot is Charlie Sheen and Rihanna. They haven't been on friendly terms since 2014 when they had a Twitter spat after he called her a B-word during an interview with Andy Cohen. Apparently, he and his then fiance ran into Rihanna at a restaurant and wanted to introduce his lady to Rihanna because she's a big fan. He claims that his request was denied by Rihanna, and then he went on Twitter to call her a princess and said that she thinks she's better than everyone else. Rihanna responded by changing her Twitter header to an image of her signing an autograph for a fan with Sheen's head superimposed. For years, he has slammed her name ever since this incident, but a few years later, in 2017, he did publicly apologize. He randomly tweeted out, "Dear Rihanna, pardon my insane self-indulgence, let's have a drink someday on me." She did not respond to this tweet, so I don't think they ever went for drinks. In the number 10 spot is Elon Musk and Johnny Depp. If you missed what's been going on between them, they started feuding after Depp made claims that his ex-wife Amber Heard had an affair with Elon when they were together. Not only that, but he accused him of having a threesome with Amber and Cara Delevingne, which he denied. Actually, they all denied it. Elon gave a statement following his claims and said that he was never with Amber while she was married to Depp and that it is totally false. Depp and Amber are in a really nasty lawsuit right now for domestic violence, and one of the text messages used as evidence had Johnny threatening to cut off Elon's genitals. Oh wow. Once this news surfaced, Elon responded by challenging Johnny to a cage fight. Of course, the internet is taking this very seriously and is already betting their odds on who would win. So let me know in the comments, who do you think would win? Are we team Johnny or are we team Elon? Team Johnny, he would just, I feel like he don't mess around. Up next, number 9 is Harry Jowsey and Francesca Ferragamo. The couple took the world by storm after the new Netflix series Too Hot to Handle blew up. People quickly fell in love with them and started getting invested with them as a couple. But then what seemed like out of nowhere, Francesca posted a 6-minute YouTube video where she was crying and explaining that Harry had broken up with her and that some of the rumors going around were true. We later found out that they were cheating rumors. Then he posted a YouTube response video saying that it wasn't that and that he simply just fell out of love with her. A few months to follow, nasty rumors kept going around and Francesca posted a written statement to her Instagram story saying she now has her lawyer involved. That's how serious some of these things are getting. I've never, like, a breakup involving lawyers? Damn. Y'all weren't even together that long. This is crazy. Sliding in number 8 is Jillian Michaels and Lizzo. Jillian Michaels is a health and fitness guru who caused some controversy after making comments about Lizzo that came off as body shaming. She was doing an interview on BuzzFeed News AM to DM when she talked about Lizzo's body and said, "Why are we celebrating her body? Why does it matter? Cause it isn't going to be awesome if she gets diabetes. I'm just being honest." Fans quickly defended Lizzo and slammed Julia for fat shaming. Lizzo took the high road in this one, so the feud was really between Julia and Lizzo's fans, but other celebrities actually got involved too and defended Lizzo, like Jamila Jamil and Whoopi Goldberg. Sliding into number 7 is Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill. There's been bad blood between Nicki's ex, Meek Mill, and her current husband, Kenneth Petty, for a long time now. But in February 2020, Nicki took things to another level after seeing that Meek liked a meme which made fun of her new husband. She posted an Instagram story where she wrote, "You a clown, you do it for likes, hashtag Twitter fingers, beat women, scared of men." Her allegations that he beats women was not taken lightly, and he responded on Twitter saying, "The only way you can try to end my career is to say I beat women, talk about your brother convicted of rape and you knew and paid for his lawyer." Being honest, I think his comment was also too far. He was referring to Nicki's brother, who was sentenced to 25 years to life for predatory sexual assault. The whole situation escalated very quickly and their tweets just continued, where they made very serious claims against each other involving domestic violence. Y'all, stop fighting with your damn exes. They in the past. Rolling into number 6 is Ellen DeGeneres vs. everyone. Now, I know this sounds silly, you guys, but there's no better way to describe this one. I literally just can't narrow it down to one person. For some reason, 2020 is not Ellen's year, and the world has turned against her. She was once known for being America's sweetheart, but then she started getting exposed for mistreatment in the workplace and towards other celebrities. It all started when a mean side to her was exposed by Nicki Tutorials and Dakota Johnson, both who were guests on her show. From there, more celebrities came forward with stories, as well as her former employees and even her old bodyguard. Things have gotten so bad, the Ellen DeGeneres show is under international investigation by Warner Media. Executives from the show sent out a memo to staff members saying interviews will be conducted about their experiences on set by a Warner Media's employee relations group. Things are getting serious for Ellen. Damn. I thought it was just some gossip, but halfway through our countdown, number 5 is Tati Westbrook and James Charles. You probably saw their feud online, even if you don't actively follow their YouTube careers. It was probably the biggest YouTube feud of 2019, and it had people talking about it for months. We're actually still talking about it now, a year later, as you can see. Tati and James were close friends, but then Tati went online and accused James of being a predator to minors. He ended up losing hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and people were attacking him online, accusing him of sexually harassing minors. Things were getting very serious. James ended up posting a response video to hers where he was devastated she would make claims like that and said the things that she was claiming were far from true. Other beauty YouTubers then got involved in the whole thing, and it was just one messy situation, and it still is because new things keep coming up and people are getting involved. This is like a year-long fight, guys. Moving on to number 4 is Bella Thorne and Tana Mongeau. The two of them dated for a long time, but things were a little little confusing from the outside looking in. During the relationship, Bella was also in a committed relationship to Mod's son, but they were all okay with the fact that she was dating two people, very openly. But Bella ended up splitting from both of them, and then pictures surfaced of Tana and Mod's son out having dinner. They were not being romantic with each other in the photos, but it was enough to set Bella off on Twitter. She tweeted, "Tana and I are no longer good. She broke girl code. I'm over it." She even went on to make claims that Tana was dating her in the first place for Twitter, basically for clout. Tana responded to her saying she has no idea why she's mad and that her claims are super hurtful. Honestly, it was pretty wild to see them having a fight on Twitter because fans were chiming in as each tweet was being sent. Like they were waiting, like who's gonna answer next? What's gonna happen? Guys, just text each other. Alright guys, so number 3 is Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun. Scooter is one of the biggest record executives in the music industry and owns Big Machine label group. He works with tons of big artists like Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande. But in 2019, Taylor exposed him for allegedly bullying her and using her music against her. She said that he acquired her entire music catalog from her first 6 albums after he purchased the label group for $300 million on June 30th and was using that to his advantage. She posted an open letter to him revealing that he has all rights to her old music and she is not able to purchase them back. She wrote, "Scooter has stripped me of my life's work that I wasn't given an opportunity to buy. My musical legacy is about to lie in the hands of someone who tried to dismantle it. This is my worst case scenario." Taylor shared the post with her fans on social media, explaining why she wasn't allowed to perform any of her old songs at the AMAs. At that point, other celebrities got involved, some of them defending Scooter because they are his artists, but Taylor's fans stuck by her side. In spot number 2 is Prince William and Prince Harry. They have been having a royal rift for many years now, and a lot of people are confused by the whole thing. But they are human and it is normal for siblings to fight. Apparently the feud started between them when Prince William said words about Harry's wife, Meghan Markle. It started back in 2016 when Harry met Meghan and finally introduced her into his family. William was not as supportive of it as other members in the family were and referred to Meghan as this girl. From there, Meghan was a huge topic and argument between them, but also the family as a whole. Some people felt she came with too much baggage or maybe was untrustworthy and that they needed to keep guard of it as she entered into the royal position. But Harry and Meghan have decided to leave the royal family and the brothers say they are working on the relationship. So let's hope they can figure it out. But we have made it to number 1 and we have Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. This one is a more one-sided feud, but it is taking the world by storm right now. Kanye recently announced he would be running for president, but started acting erratic during the presidential campaign rally. He ended up having a meltdown where he started crying and saying that he almost killed one of his own children through an abortion. The whole thing was filmed and it went viral immediately. Not long after that, he went on Twitter and slammed his wife Kim Kardashian, saying that she and her family are white supremacists who tried to have him locked up with medical care. He was making a bunch of random claims, saying that he was trying to divorce Kim for a while and also accused her of having an affair with Meek Mill. But it is clear that he is struggling right now with mental issues and has been seeking help for them. He deleted the tweets a few days later and also apologized to Kim on Twitter. The most recent update though is photos recently surfaced of them talking in the car together and Kim was just in full out tears. So it seems that it was a very emotional talk.
In at number 10, 50 Cent versus Wendy Williams. The main reason why this is so shocking is because when could you ever imagine a talk show host getting into a beef with a rapper? It just doesn't seem like their paths should be crossing. Allegedly, the feuding started after 50 threw a tycoon pool party but kicked Wendy Williams out when she arrived. Apparently, she still found a way to get back inside, and later on during an interview with Hollywood Unlocked, Williams said that her only reason for being there was so that her son could meet Snoop Dogg on his 19th birthday. Kinda sweet, but if you're not invited, why would you go? Although 50 Cent did not care what her reasoning was. He posted a video of Wendy being spoken to by his security team and then said, "You can't just show up to my party." It would then become a war of words and memes back and forth, with many saying that 50 Cent maybe took it to a place of bullying. However, the two have since made amends, with Wendy Williams using the old adage, "You catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar." I I guess that worked on him. In at number 9, Kylie Jenner versus Jordyn Woods. This is your classic homewrecker case that not only ruined a family, but destroyed the friendships between Kylie and Jordyn as well. Fans of Keeping Up with the Kardashians were shocked upon finding out that Khloe's baby daddy Tristan Thompson had cheated on her with Jenner's best friggin' friend. The feud went back and forth on social media for all of us to see as well. Woods ended up admitting her mistake and how she handled the whole situation when she appeared on Red Table Talk with Jada Pinkett Smith. However, the Kardashians weren't letting it go that easily. As the summer episodes of the show started to air, each one repeatedly relitigated the situation in an attempt to turn their fans against Jordyn Woods. To add insult to injury, Khloe tweeted this out. "Why are you lying, Jordyn Woods? If you're going to try and save yourself by going public instead of calling me privately to apologize first, at least be honest about your story. By the way, you are the reason my family broke up." I mean, she's kind of right. She's kind of right. In at number 8, Katy Perry versus Taylor Swift. This was one of the most talked about celebrity feuds at the time, with both fan bases glued to every lyric, every song, anything that came out between these two, just to kind of understand the beef that was happening. It all began when the two started fighting over a backup dancer, believe it or not, and the feud only got worse when Taylor Swift released the song Bad Blood, which included details about her fight with Perry. That's when the diss tracks really started to pop off between these two pop icons. Yeah, the real pop wars isn't Coke or Pepsi, it was Perry and Swiftie. In response to this, Perry told Entertainment Weekly, "There is no one thing that's calling out any one person," adding, "Everything has a reaction or consequences, so don't forget about that. Okay, honey?" Okay, but them's fighting words. Eventually, Katy did apologize, and after sending Taylor a literal gift basket, like she extended an actual olive branch, they ended up making amends and even recording a song together called "You Need to Calm Down," which defines this entire feud. Speaking of people that needed to calm down, in at number 7, Drake versus Chris Brown. Too much alcohol combined with two celebrities that didn't really like each other is a recipe for disaster. Add in their respective security/entourage teams, and that leads to mayhem plus a new feud in the world of hip-hop. Although the World Star worthy footage is difficult to find, the photos are wild to see. At a nightclub in Manhattan, Chris sent Drake a $2,000 bottle of champagne, and because Champagne Poppy was feeling cheeky, he sent it back to the table with a note taunting Chris about how he's still hooking up with Rihanna. What? By the way, if I was his friend, I'd be like, you shouldn't do that. Just don't do that. Bystanders at the club then got to witness bottles being thrown between the two VIP areas that soon descended into an all-out brawl. Brown even posted this photo later on showing a massive gash on his chin from the fight. Luckily, they both came to their senses later on and realized that a girl is never worth losing a friendship over, especially one as powerful as Drizzy and Breezy. Is it Breezy? Am I getting that right? And at number 6, Axl Rose versus Tommy Hilfiger. Who could have ever pictured the scenario going down? If you can't tell who the man with the red dreads and the brown jacket is, that's Axl Rose. Like, lead singer of Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose. And the man that he's screaming at in the pink shirt is fashion icon Tommy Hilfiger. Both of them were in a VIP area at the Plum nightclub in NYC for Rosario Dawson's birthday. According to Dawson, Axl accidentally grabbed Tommy Hilfiger's drink by mistake, so Hilfiger started slapping him, I guess, on the arm and then eventually in the face, telling him to give the drink back. Apparently, he was really angry, like so much that people there described him as foaming at the mouth. Eventually, the club's security dragged him out of the club as Axl Rose would go on to perform later that same night. Funny enough though, he added fuel to the feud by playing and dedicating the song "You're Crazy" to his good friend Tommy Hilfiger. Tommy said that he only threw the first punch because he was scared that Axl was going to throw the first punch. Now, years later, the two have made amends and ended up being close friends. In at number 5, Bill Murray versus Chevy Chase. Little did fans of these two know, but the movie Caddyshack is what ended the long-time shocking feud these two SNL alumni had with each other. When SNL premiered in 1975, it gave life to Chevy Chase's career. At the time, he both wrote and acted in the sketches on the show. However, right in the middle of the second season, he decided to jump ship and do bigger things. Because of that, Bill Murray came in as his replacement. During the early days as well, these comedians were very competitive with one another because the way to get more screen time was to be writing the funniest sketches and putting yourself in those sketches. So when Chevy left, the rest of the cast felt bitter upon him coming back to his roots and hosting the show and just getting all of this star treatment. And apparently behind the scenes, Murray called Chevy a medium talent, which resulted in some punches being thrown. Cast member Lorraine Newman called the whole feud just plain ugly. Although, as I mentioned, once starring in Caddyshack together, they were able to work out their differences. In at number 4, Prince versus Sinead O'Connor. When Irish singer Sinead O'Connor released her song "Nothing Compares to You," it won a ton ton of awards and instantly became an international hit. The reason this feud with Prince started though was because Prince was the one who had actually written the song. Sinead had technically covered the song but never asked for permission. Apparently Prince had released that song on a side project for the sole purpose of it one day being used to boost a protege's career. However, that idea was crushed when Sinead O'Connor just swooped in and took it. Prince actually reached out to her so that they could discuss the matter, but according to the people that were there that day, it did not go over well. Prince, I guess, started throwing punches at Sinead O'Connor, and then she spat on him a bunch of times, and they just never were able to agree that she stole the song. In at number 3, Gwyneth Paltrow versus Martha Stewart. When actress Gwyneth Paltrow released her lifestyle brand Goop, her once friend Martha Stewart did not care to support her. During an interview with Porter magazine in 2014, a full 6 years after Paltrow even started the company, I might add, Stewart had this to say: "She's a movie star. If she were confident in her acting, she wouldn't be trying to be Martha Stewart." Oh God. Martha's a savage, I don't care what you think. Luckily, Gwyneth didn't see her as a threat or even get offended by her comments. When being asked for a response to her statements, Paltrow said, "If I'm really honest, I'm so psyched that she sees this as competition." Although she did get in one little dig on Martha by releasing a recipe called jailbird cake, which kind of refers to Martha Stewart getting locked up in 2004. Oops. Or should I say, goops. In at number 2, William Shatner versus George Takei. Beginning as castmates on the show Star Trek, these actors have had a feud going back as far as their days filming together. According to George Takei, Shatner would often ignore him while simultaneously trying to be the center of attention. Weirdly enough, William Shatner continued this shocking feud by saying in an interview that George didn't invite him to his wedding. In response to this, Takei said that he was invited and that whenever Shatner needs to promote a new show or something, he brings up this so-called controversy between them. In 2015 though, George told the New York Times that there's no tension and that it's all coming from Bill. Now I saw this photo online and I thought, oh, good. They made up. They're friends now. They're smiling. He's reaching out for a hug. Nope. That's a photo from the roast of William Shatner. The only reason why these two would come together. Last but not least, in our number 1 spot, Donald Trump versus Rosie O'Donnell. The only thing shocking about this feud is just how public it was. Dating back to the early 2000s and peaking in 2011, this celebrity fight was just out there for everybody to like or retweet on Twitter. The craziest thing is that when Trump was running for president, his tweets against Rosie O'Donnell were being brought up in a Republican debate.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account
only Rosie O'Donnell.
I mean, can you believe he just said that? The entire audience just laughed hysterically, and that guy went on to become the president of the United States. Rosie O'Donnell did respond to his comments by simply saying, "Try explaining that to your kids." Good one. Not exactly a clapback, but I see your point.